Hi there, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping. And I want to talk about carbon dioxide emissions because they're proposing a limit on your carbon dioxide emissions and then fine you if it doesn't happen. Now, this is happening in Germany and they're proposing it, and we're probably a long, long ways from anything like this happening. But you see, what happens is they talk about it, they propose it. Little by little, people get accustomed to all of this, and eventually they accept it. So let's look over here and see exactly what they have and why we should be worried. We're over here at thenewamerican.com, and this is by James Murphy, January 15th, 2023. German climate researcher proposes a CO2 emissions budget for everyone. And he's saying the world is serious about climate change and we should be given a personal CO2 emissions budget. Now, it's not very large, let me tell you that. 3 tons of CO2 per year per capita. According to the Nature Conservancy, the average carbon footprint for those living in the U.S. is 16 tons per year. And the average personal vehicle emits 4.6 tons per year. But a single private jet can emit over 2 tons per hour. Now, it just seems so ridiculous that they say, you can't have a car, but I can have a personal jet, and I can, in 2 hours, emit more than you do in a whole year. But it's okay because they're the elite, and we have to respect them and let them have whatever they want. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to get together and say no more. This is it. Now, not to worry if you need more emissions. According to this guy, you can just buy more from the poor people who don't need as much. Wonder how much it'll cost, and if people will sell it to you. He says the change can't happen overnight, and we know that, but he believes a limit of 3 tons per person must be achieved by 2030, a mere 7 years away. And what they'll do then is probably they would start with maybe 6 tons a person, then down to 5 tons, then 4, then 3. And people will just accept it like they accept everything else that's going on. And Al Gore, when he was selling carbon emissions, he made $200 million in the carbon credit scheme. So 14 years ago, this guy proposed this. And he says everyone has used up their carbon allowance by now. And you can go here, and there's a link here. If you're interested, you can calculate your own personal footprint here. So I did click on that, and I came up with the Nature's Conservancy and calculate your carbon footprint. And it starts with how many in your household and the average amount of money. So let me just say 3, and let me say 60,000. And that means you're emitting 59 tons a year. And then if you go to next, you have to put in what your car is. And if you have a gasoline car, let's say you really get a good one, 40 miles to gallon, but you're only doing 14,000 miles a year. And of course, if you're not doing any air travel or public transit, you'd put that in. So we go to next there. Then you have to enter in your electricity, your natural gas, your heating oil. And then if you go here, how much you eat, meat and fish. So averages here, calories per day of meat, fish, and eggs. So your calories per day of meat, fish, and eggs, if you eat more, you're going to be way up there. Here's 600 calories in grains and baked goods, dairy, fruits and vegetables, and snacks. And shopping, how much do you shop? $1,493 a month in goods and services. I don't know if that includes groceries. And then it gives you your footprint. 5% worse than average, and I was just going along and clicking. So here it is, how it goes. So you can calculate your print and what you need to do and how to reduce your impact. Let's see if I can find meat here. So I can purchase an alternative vehicle, an electric vehicle, a hybrid vehicle, telecommute to work, ride my bike, public transportation, carpool. So this is what they're trying to do. And I just like to bring you these interesting things because eventually they're going to try to make it happen. Whether it will in our lifetime or not, I don't know, but they are so pushing this. And with Davos now in session, you know they're going to be pushing even more. So keep this in mind. Figure out what you have to do to overcome what they're asking. And thanks for watching.